Everybody's away, and you hear me speak in a strange way.
Sweet redemption, I will never let you down. Will it ever get sunny? Oh, I wonder, honey, baby, how you make me sway. You say you will. I'm calling your addicted friend. You say you will, yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Drone Therapy Season 5, Episode 33, Show and Tell. And Nemo's back with us tonight. He's got some cool updates to his 3D printing journey. Chris has some...
I have pizza!
Chris has some interesting information to share with us, as well as some things to show us and not show us, but he can definitely tell us about them. And as you can see, John has fresh pizza, but he also has something else fresh that he's going to show and share with us here in a little bit. So first off, I'm going to, okay, Nemo muted himself. Yeah, there we go.
I was vaping. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Go ahead, Chris. What?
Yeah, you might have had to pass a little gas. You want to wait?
Oh no! Well, you can. The whole point is we haven't had the gurgle in a while. You know, because I can't really like hit a bong live on there. It would look kind of weird for a drone show, especially since you're not supposed to do that and fly. So,
yep.
Anyway, shutting out people. I'm gonna do this. Let's catch up here. All the way back to the top. We got Third Eye View. Got Bill Ronane's Toys. We got Drone Shots Jody. They were at Will's Design and Photography was in the house. Artco Drone Solution. Chris Redsworth. Novice Quads. Maddie's Drone World. Nemo hollering to the house. Maddie's Drone World's a lot talking. Leonard Oglesby's in the house. World Drone Community, glad to have you here. Idaho Quadcopter, Marcus, good to see you, sir. Anybody that I missed new? I think we're good. Oh, Mr. JR's RCs. Who else? Johnny Drone Flyer. Anybody else? Andrew Silver Fox, good to see you. We're caught up.
I think so.
I think we are. All right. Very cool. And I'm going to throw it over to Nemo to give us a catch up on what he's been doing because he was showing me some stuff right before we went live. Nemo.
Oh, hey everybody. I brought a 3D printer for to print stuff for my drones, and I've been printing helmets. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. This is my latest print. This is going to be a stormtrooper. Stormtrooper.
Wow. Was that before or after the blast?
No, I had some problems with mine, so I got to calculate a few things. But let me see. This is what I'm working on now. It's a Mando helmet. Cool. Yeah. I still haven't finished the Iron Man, but, you know.
Hey, everything's a work in progress. Especially when it's 3D. Go ahead, it's a hobby.
Yeah, 3D printing's like crack to me. I just my printer runs all the time, so.
Well, yeah. Something else that he was telling me about before we went live, I'd asked him, I said, have you been flying lately? And he's like, no, it's too hot. And I did not realize that he works on those planes and stuff outside in the heat.
Well, he does.
And I was like, whoa.
Also, when we work in the hangar, there is no AC in the hangar, so you're
True.
inside this big hangar, and you got to sometimes they open the doors, but it's so humid around here, it's like unbearable.
I hear you when you come where you come from with that one, man. We're back in another heat wave. It's like it was 98 today. It felt disgusting just being outside at all.
Well,
Yep.
that's like I said, that stuff kind of it's. I think it's like just kind of like beaming down on different parts of the country because we've gotten it twice, and it's just not fun.
You know what? It's the end of August. Give it like 2 or 3 more weeks. We'll be out of it. The fall weather. I don't know about you guys, but I love to fly in the fall. You've got cool weather. You've got the color. I mean, the fall's one of my favorite times of year to fly. So I'm looking forward to the fall at this point.
I'd agree. I'd agree 100% with that.
I'm hoping it's the same as it's been before. I'm just beginning to think it's all just going to be like we're going to bake all 4 seasons. Bake. I don't know out here because I mean even my lawn is drying out horribly bad.
Oh my god, my lawn is really, really bad, dude. Yeah, and I'm cheap about the water usage, and I don't want to water it unless I have to. Well, yeah, all of our lawns here in mid-Missouri, it's not just me. Everyone's lawn looks like crap. As I went to go pick up my pizza, I was just looking around. Everybody's got their irrigation system running, and people who don't, they're doing the hose thing. They're trying to get their lawn all straightened out. It's bad. I mean, it's just we haven't gotten a break.
Well, out here there's like no water. You can only, and when the water comes in, you can only buy 1 case. That's period. That's it. And we don't have like a water limitation kind of thing, but we're right on the edge of being in water shortage. So I don't use the water. Plus, I don't want to go out there and move it every 30 minutes and that kind of thing. So anyway,
yeah, ours is not from a reservoir. It comes from the the water towers and stuff. So I guess there's just a lot of water there.
Apparently so. Or hopefully there is. So wait a minute. Art's saying what? Your mic? He's showing us.
Is it loud?
To not show and tell. You never know what people might.
I could lower it a little bit. I lowered it to about half. How does it sound to you guys?
I don't know.
How does it sound? Does it sound a little better? A little worse? I lowered it.
Pea your garden green.
Okay. I don't know. I have my audio set to 70, and you guys sound fine. So I don't know.
Does he sound too loud to you guys? Okay, cool.
No.
All right. So Chris, what's new and fun, and what you might want to show and share and tell us about?
Man, it's hot in Texas. I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there for everybody. We're not immune to it either. But I will say this: I haven't had to water my yard but twice this whole summer, and it's still pretty and green.
Very cool. Yeah, mine's like.
I got to go. Great. I got to drive to Tennessee last weekend, Bill, and spend a Saturday with Ken Harrington's birthday.
That was a lot of fun.
Oh, very cool. Anything interesting happened while you were there?
Oh, just a little wee bit of an accident.
Little problem.
An accident.
A little 6-inch problem.
Now that sounds more like a personal thing. You sure you want to share that with us?
It was personal. It hurt my soul. Man, if you fly FPV long enough in a crowd, and then your goggles go like this, dark, there's nothing you can do.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
So somebody plugged in was on the same bandwidth.
I think so.
But nobody owned up to it, right?
and I did yell, "Turn it off!" as loud as I could scream. As soon as it happened, I probably should have disarmed and let it fall where it was at, because I left it on for about 4 to 5 seconds, hoping that it would clear up.
Yeah,
and it didn't.
Oh, so somebody stayed plugged in.
So I left the drone in Tennessee.
But you said you did find that's kind of weird that you found the battery and the camera.
The battery and the camera come disconnected when it impacted the earth.
Right. At least you got that.
And the drone's yet to be found, as far as I know. Bill with Metro Drones was going back to the motel, and he did another sweep about block further from where we was at, where we'd looked, and he found the camera and the battery. As a matter of fact, here's the battery. Here's what's left of the battery.
Oh,
That's a
I
nice
think. What do you think,
so-
Nemo? Should he fly that? Would you send it?
I just checked the sales. They all look good.
I don't know if I'd send that one. I mean,
Oh,
I'm
let's
pretty
just-
bad.
We'll just plug it in while we're here talking tonight and check it out. How about that? We'll charge
Yeah.
it. See if it'll take a charge.
Drive a nail through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But
let's-
it was fun, Bill. I actually got to fly what I consider with the big guys, because there was Dono, there was Ken Hearn, there was Fly High Dave, there was Chris with Skyfox Video, a bunch of guys flying FPV, and I wanted to fly, so I did, and I flew for 5 minutes
Man.
with my 6-inch before that happened.
Man, that stinks. So what happened was, I guess, is it just blacked out, right?
It blacked out, and last thing I seen very faintly was TX loss.
Oh man.
Hmm.
Wow.
So it's not nobody's fault. It just is what it is, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Yeah.
it is what it is, right? I tell you what you need to do for the next build is get yourself one of those battery back buzzer things, man. That way, when the battery does get thrown, oh, do you have one? Do you have one of those on the board on that, or no?
Not yet. Not that I know of. This is the
All
next.
right, because I tell you what, the battery back buzzer has saved my butt on more than one occasion, because you never know when that battery's gonna go, and the buzzer on it is useless if it doesn't have any power. So, and they have those little Vifly buzzers, dude. They can buzz literally for 3 days. They'll beep for 3 days, man. I highly recommend anybody flying FPV to get a Vifly buzzer.
I think, honestly, John, I think this one crashed in the road or the highway, and somebody saw the drone and picked it up and didn't see the battery in the camera.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility.
Because we flew drones over rooftops. I walked for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Dustin was Dustin, Southern Illinois. He helped me. We looked. I had probably 10 or 15 people looking. We never found this. And like I say, Bill Metro Drones found the camera and the battery. So I got.
Hey, I have a story similar to that. I lost my SEMA drone, and my neighbor actually picked it up. I was flying in the backyard, the wind took it, blew it to somewhere in the front yard, but it ended up in the street, and my neighbor had just come home, and he saw the thing, like, right at the corner of his driveway, and he picked it up, took it inside. I was baffled. I'm like, where did this thing go? Where did this thing go? So, yeah, it happens. I've actually had that happen to me. Somebody come along just as the drone gets lost and pick it up and take it. So, yeah, could have happened, but it's good to have a battery back buzzer.
Yeah, we worked Brett Austin out. He got a lot of leg walking that day.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
now-
the walk of shame.
Before I roll over to John and see what's new and what he wants to show and tell us about, Ron.
Nemo first.
I remember Nemo was showing us about the.
Oh, I thought he had more. I thought he was going to go more in depth.
Yeah, he is, but what I wanted to do is people were saying, "Where's Ron? Where's Ron? Where's Ron?"
Oh.
Ron is on the road and on the way home, but if he doesn't make it, that's cool. We'd rather Ron be safe and get home safely than show up for a drone show, So that's what we're saying. Ron's on the road driving. Then he's either home right now or he's very close to being home. So if Ron pops in, I'll put him on the screen as soon as he gets in.
Wish
Brad
him well.
Austin, good to see you. Drone Shots, good to see you. JSK, get in the house. Drone Life RC, good to see you. Anybody? Mika Steve, good to see you.
Steve.
Let's see. Covaction Dronography, Chuck's in the house.
Chuck.
Patrick, good to see you, sir. Glad to see you on the mend.
He's doing a lot better.
Akira Show, good to see you, sir. Bill Ronayne, yes, I see you, sir. I think we're about caught up. Yep. Check. All right, okay, we're gonna go roll. So John redirected me, and Scott Nadeau. Scott Nadeau is in the house too. So he's here. Nadeau in the house too. Oh wow.
Scott Nadeau is in the house too.
Yeah. All right. Woo. I did a Philly drone life and didn't even realize it. Oh, okay. Anyway, it was cheap. It was there. I used it.
I like Nemo's shirt. Team Black
Yes,
Sheep.
it's a very good shirt. What do you think of the hat?
Hat's good too.
Oh,
Hey,
okay. I'll give it.
11 in a row. That's all I'm saying. 11 in a row.
All right. Corey, man, good to see you, sir. He said, "Hey, John." Okay,
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up, Nemo? Catch us a
Yes.
go more in depth with what you've been doing.
I want to see the prince.
Show me the prince.
Show me the print.
Don't tell anyone else.
Didn't I just show you this?
Now the one you showed was all solid white.
Huh?
The one you
Oh,
had up a
that
minute
was-
ago was Iron Man. You
Yeah.
had lights in
Yeah.
it too.
Yeah, I've got they're costume eyes that come. You can get them on Amazon, and
Ooh.
yeah, it's almost ready for paint, man. It is smooth. I mean, it's really smooth.
But can you still see it out of out of it with the eyes glowing?
Yeah, you can a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you can see enough that if you put it on, you can walk around in it. So
Oh, okay, that's cool.
yeah,
How
Very
heavy
cool.
is it?
huh?
How heavy is it?
How heavy's the helmet?
The whole thing, yeah.
It's not. It's
Oh, okay.
yeah. It's not bad at all.
Yeah, I was looking at now that you took the front cover off. It gives me an idea of the thickness.
Yeah, it's not. I think this is 20% infill. I think. I don't know. It's been a while since I did that, but
Gary,
yeah,
look at the screen.
awesome.
Maddie thinks it's cool as hell.
Matt's like, oh, just ordered a printer.
Oh yeah,
Does he already
I
have
can
a
see
printer?
it.
Do you already have a printer, Matt? You'd be running into mailboxes on Halloween with that thing.
Probably.
I actually
No, that
like
looks
to
really
do-
cool.
I'd like to do the whole suit, but I need to upgrade my printer to a bigger build platform, and I'll probably do that here in the next couple of months or so.
Hell, just solder some extensions onto it.
Yeah, but I do want to fly. I've been trying to go, but it's just always so hot, and I'm
How long
working.
How long was the total print on that Iron Man?
Oh, I'd say a couple of days, maybe, like phase. But I had to slice it up in different sections because it wasn't. The build plate on the Ender 3 V2 is not big enough to print off. I did print off the mask all in one piece, but it's cool, man. It's fun.
He has a dot matrix
Looks
printer.
good, man.
Looks
I'm not
great.
sure what I.
Oh yeah, Brad has 2 3D printers. Brad, you got a lot more gear than that too, though, because we were talking about trying to get him on the show also when we were going to do a 3D show again. But here lately, let me do this. I'll come back to that. Here lately, we've been all flying more and doing more stuff, so we just kind of come up with a spontaneous show. So I thought that show and tell was cool because John, did you have show and tell when you were in grade school?
I did.
Okay, that's very
I
cool. I don't know if it's still in schools now, but I thought it was something cool that people could relate to. Something like that you had. It could even be something old. It could be an old, like people were asking me, well, what do you mean show and tell? I was like, it could be anything. Like Will was joking with me, could it be my Applebee's bill? And I was like, if that's what you want to show and tell about, it's not that, like, we're kind of really loose tonight. It's not anything in particular. I myself haven't really gotten anything new. Although, I did get the John.
That's cool.
The one drone that John got, that I won from John, and then I did get the Nemo drone that Ron recommended, and it is really, really cool. It's a great little drone. I have to admit that myself.
What is that? Is that a picture back there behind you? That white?
No, that's actually it's actually a drone captured in the wild that was pinned and mounted so that I could bring it home.
Wow. How hard was it to take it down to get it to where you could?
I had to hire a professional. I did not do it myself.
Did you skin it? Is that what you mean?
No, I'm trying to tell you, my son hired the hunter and got it and brought it to me for my birthday. I'm telling you, and you can and wait, I'll even bring it up close so that you can see the pin and see how it's a wild drone. It doesn't have a camera. You have to understand it's a wild drone. It's never been tamed. It was caught and captured and then pinned so that I could have it. Now I have seen larger collections, but this is the first one in my collection, and my son got it for. Hold on. Here we go.
Drum roll, drum roll.
Plug back in. Plug back in. Plug back in. All right, here we go. So you can see the pin where it was captured, and there is no camera. See, it's completely wild.
Just tell them what it is.
It was the art from IKEA. They had that art sale, and they had like a big one that had like oh shit. It was a big collection. There was like I think two of them this size, and a bunch of like little micros, and they all looked like a butterfly collection that had been pinned to a.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it was an art piece.
You can't
IKEA
find
was selling
them.
it.
You can't find them anymore.
Yeah, it was a limited edition art piece that IKEA was selling for, I guess, drone
The nearest place, nearest place you could get it was Oregon, and they won't ship it to me from Oregon. So I was like, "What the hell?" Let's see, Brant Ariels, Gary, good to see you in the house. I can see now Michael's in the house from Fly Zone Drones, and congratulations! I will help Michael out. We have a few people watching, so if you're interested in FPV. Please tune in Friday night to Fly Zone Drones because they will have none other than Nurk on. And I don't know enough about him. Could you two tell us, well, any of you all, because all three of you know, give us some background on Nurk so that we can push more people over that way.
Nemo, you tell them about Nurk.
I like to tell them what I know.
What do you know?
I know Nurk from watching DRL, and that's where I kind of started following. Then I found out he had a YouTube channel, and I've been following him for a while. And he just seems like a really cool guy. He's a fast racer, like insanely fast. But that's DRL. It's a little bit different than like multi GP. But
okay, now tell me this: DRL? It's kind of like NASCAR. Everything's the same, right? And it's just basically based on skill. Okay, what about multi GP? Is it whoever builds the best ride wins? Or...
I'm not really sure. I'm not sure how they have it broken up in multi GP. I'm not 100% sure. I know some people that do race in multi GP, but I don't know the rules and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe I know one friend went to a multi GP race, and he was flying a 3-inch against 5-inch quad. So. I'm not sure how it works.
Well, so that was, I was pretty sure that in DRL, everybody flies the same rig. So it's pretty much a matter of skill. I mean, you can put your own tunes in. You got your own PIDs that you can put in. But basically, as far as what rig you're flying, what motors you're flying, everything, all the setups are the same. Does anybody, even anybody in the chat, is that how it is?
The only one who I can think of who might be able to tell you this is Corey. I know Corey does stuff with multi-GP. Maybe he knows if he's around. Corey Mano.
All right, but anyway, I knew that I was thinking DRL was everything is kind of like I said, it's like NASCAR or something. Everybody had pretty much the same setup. You could maybe, like you had 3 different boards you could use. You had 2 different motors. They all had basically the same outputs and stuff. But, you can run your own PIDs probably, I guess.
Yeah, they just have different color LEDs.
Oh, Johnny's saying he races multi-GP, so that's kind of cool. Let's see, what else we got?
What about the other thing that Nurk is pretty famous for, which is, I don't know if you guys ever seen a video of an FPV an FPV guy flying around the train. If you guys haven't seen it, this is an incredible video. He takes his FPV drone all around the train. He goes underneath the train, through the tunnels with everything. The video will just blow your mind if you guys haven't seen it. I think a lot of people here have seen it, but yeah, if you look up NERC FPV and train, you will see an awesome video. Unfortunately, he got fined a lot of money for that video, but
how much is
it?
it?
Was very cool.
How much is
it? It was called like Flight of the Year or something. That was
Flight of the
like
Year or something like that.
Yeah.
But how much did he get fined?
I don't know what the exact number is. I don't want to say for sure, but like, I want to say I remember it was at least 10 grand. It was a pretty big fine. Yeah.
See, so Mikey got fined. Mikey has gotten fined more than any other pilot in history.
Yeah, I don't know what his final amount was that he ended up paying or anything like that. Plus, don't quote me on that because I'm going based off of memory. I just know he did, unfortunately, get a pretty big fine for a lot of things done in that video.
Everyone, please quote John Cuppi on that. Yes, thank you.
No, don't quote me.
Oh yeah, it wasn't 182K for sure.
No, that's the best record so far.
Okay, so anything else you want to show or share with us on the 3D printing journey, Gary, Nemo? Nope. All right, John. Here you are. John
okay,
has
first.
Something. Oh, first.
First, since it's a show and tell for whatever, check this thing out. This is a little mini Super Nintendo, okay? and here what it does. Watch this.
Cool. It'd be even cooler if you could hook it up to a TV and play.
I wish, but I have the SNES Classic though, so I don't need that. I'm good. But yeah, cool. I thought this was a little cute, little desk item.
No, that's awesome.
So, yeah. So okay, so this is the big thing that I got recently. I've quit DJI FPV and I've gone back to analog. So these are my new analog goggles. I know it sounds absolutely crazy. Why the hell would I buy new expensive analog goggles? But I decided to do so, and I gotta tell you, these things are amazing. And Nemo's probably laughing at me because he was laughing at me before. He was like, "Welcome to 2018," because I Now, I've been flying with Fat Shark Dominator V3s, and you guys, anyone in the chat who knows when they were released, know that that's like a 4 or 5 year old goggle. It was before OLED screens, it was before goggles, all this fancy stuff. So I had an opportunity to buy these for a pretty decent price, and these have OLED optics, 60 frame per second DVR. The interface in these is really slick. I love these Sky Zones. I'm really hoping they hold up. But yeah, my analog experience just got majorly upgraded. And if anybody's flying analog and isn't using OLED screens and stuff like that, yeah, I believe it makes a huge difference. There are some people who just say like, it's not that big of a deal. But I think the OLED screens, the optics made a huge difference for me in making analog tolerable. Nemo, it's really hard for me to tolerate it given after all that DJI flying.
but didn't you also say something that DJI digital is still far superior to even the best analog?
Yes, I did. I said DJI digital FPV is still superior for me. You know, look, I don't have the reaction time of some of these, racers, flyers. I can't feel the variable latency to the degree that it's going to throw me off. But the thing is, I love to fly the micros. I love to fly the whoops. I love to fly all those little things. And we're not seeing a micro digital video transmitter. We're just not. We're not seeing it from DJI. We kind of have one from SharkBite. The other thing is, too, I have tons of analog gear. I never really quit flying analog. I still flew it for the micro stuff, right? But I have tons of analog gear. I'm not ready to get rid of it, let it go to digital. Whether you're flying SharkBite right now or DJI, it's expensive. The new Shark Bite VRX, the Race VRX, is what? Oh, where is this crow taste? There's no crow. I never quit flying analog. If you were paying attention, you know I never quit flying analog. That's the clickbait. That's the clickbait, sir.
No, okay, now, so, wait, oh, here we go.
I'm not back, because I never left. You can't come back if you never left, Marcel. But no, I'm really, really enjoying these, man. And if anybody's flying analog, yeah, get yourself some OLED screens. They're really nice. And these are pretty sweet.
What's the price difference?
I mean, so I bought these for $470. Now I know that sounds bad. I know that sounds horrible. Okay, it's expensive. It's an expensive analog goggle. I know, but you get the receiver built in. It's all done for you. You get a ready mix receiver built in, done for you. Okay, 60 frames per second DVR. Nice DVR. Really nice DVR, guys. I mean. It's like he was by for a little while. Don't make me get the DJIs, man. I'm going to put out the DJIs.
Please don't make him get out the DJI.
Oh, yeah. Well, you just can't admit. Well, the 030, I think, was the prior model. These are the 04X. And these go for a bare minimum of like $530, but Newbie Drone had like a sale, and I was able to snag them for $470. Look, you buy Fat Sharks, you're going to pay $500 for HDO2s, and you're not even going to be able to receive anything. It comes with no receiver module. You're probably going to spend another $100 at least for some kind of receiver module. So to get these all set, ready to go and done, plus 60 frames per second DVR, I love them. So yeah, that's my new show and tell. SkyZone Sky 04X. It's going to make my analog experience tolerable in the world where I am from, DJI being all spoiled. And I think my videos are going to start to look better on YouTube for any of the analog flying I do or reviews. I mean, seriously, 60 frames per second DVR looks great.
He's not saying anything.
Oh. Hey, John, I would suggest going with this ethics patch.
Mm-hmm.
I have that Menace patch too. This is amazing. And I saw, is that your linear? Is that Voss?
Yeah, the VAS, the Ion. Yeah, and Nemo, I actually have that. Is that a Video Aerial Systems patch just branded as... I have that exact same one.
Put it back up there, Gary.
Yeah, I literally have that exact same one. I just don't have it on the goggles.
Who builds it?
Yeah. VAS, Voss.
Ah.
But it's also ethics branded too. Now, what were we saying? Yeah, the VAS, the Ion. One of these two. Really sweet.
Might be something like he's saying here, might be something good for a good pickup on Black Friday.
Yes, I would definitely watch for something like this on Black Friday. I'm also intending to do a little bit of a review of these things. Although they're heavily reviewed already, you can probably find videos on them. But I will say that there's some old information out about these things. SkyZone has done a lot of firmware updates to them. They've made the receiver a lot better than it was before. I mean, so some of these old reviews... there needs to be some new information out there. I'm going to help take care of that. So, I'm going to get a little video up, hopefully, in the next month or so.
Hey, Bardwell redone that, right?
Bardwell already did it, yeah. But when he flew them, they had a problem with, white flashing that, honestly, I don't have. I haven't had this problem when the switching goes. I don't get the white flashing that he's talking about. I still have to, I guess, maybe put them through more of a test, but so far I've flown I don't know, 3 or 4 different quads, and I don't have rolling video problems, and I don't really get the white flashing. The mixer, the colors sometimes aren't, perfectly consistent. Nemo, do you have that problem with Rapid Fire at all, where the colors can sometimes switch? Yeah, I get some color swapping. Sometimes, depending on how the signal is, the colors will change on me. But, you know, for what I paid for them, it really doesn't bother me.
Do you know who came out with the first OLED goggles? And what?
No,
what
I
they were?
don't. No, I don't. Who?
HDOs.
Oh, so it was Fat Shark who did it. Okay, I was gonna guess. That was like a trick question. I was gonna guess Fat Shark, but it seemed like that would be too easy.
Yeah.
Yo, the Johnny D, these Sky Zones haven't been out for 2 years. These have been out for like OLEDs. OLED screens have been a thing for like 2 years. Yeah. I wasn't really a believer that an OLED screen can make an analog experience that much better. It does, but still not on the level of flying DJI or real digital FPV. But you know what, too? I tell you what, I love the fact that this has dual module bays, because what I envision myself possibly doing in the future is, could you see this? Shark bite in this end, analog in this end. I mean, it just seems like a great idea. Hopefully they make a module that kind of fits just like that for Shark Bite at some point in the future. I think I would love to do that. These are already compatible with Shark Bite, by the way. I mean, pretty much all headsets like this are. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking is going to be done.
I thought the Shark Bite, doesn't that go like kind of on the middle part?
It does, yeah. But what I'm hoping is as Fat Shark develops that technology, because I'm not ready to jump to Shark Bite yet. I think the system still needs a lot of work, and I'm already invested in DJI, but I could see, maybe, as the tech gets better, couldn't you see maybe instead of that big old annoying wart that they have sticking out the front of the goggles, they make a nice little compact module? To me, that seems to be the next logical step for Fat Shark to do.
Well, Fat Shark doesn't do logical stuff.
I know.
I mean, but you know, hopefully, I don't know. I'm not really peaked on anything digital right now. I'm so used to flying what I got. So, I mean, I'm keeping an eye out.
FlyZone, the EV300O are basically the SkyZone Sky 04X. Just, I think, a slightly lower resolution and no 60 frames per second DVR. And I think they're only like $300. So, I mean, the EV300Os should be on par just about with Sky 04X, at least the version 1, because SkyZone makes them. SkyZone makes them for Eachine.
Man, they're being polite about the rips now. They're being really good with the rips now, I have to admit.
I'm going backward now.
This warms my heart.
The way that they're doing it is so
it's killing
good.
me.
It's like we're roasting you, but
we
it's
are.
a very polite roast.
I'm being roasted. I
know how you feel, John. Trust me, I know exactly how you feel.
I'm not abandoning DJI, guys. I'm still flying DJI.
And for all of those here, please feel free to donate your extra dollars to help Gary go digital.
I'm still flying DJI, guys. I've just upgraded my analog experience. That's all.
That's all. Clear.
Yeah, nothing else.
Clear
Nothing else. Yeah.
Nah, I tell you what. I think it kind of sucks, honestly, that I'm gonna make a prediction here. Okay. I'm going to make a prediction that we don't see, like, anything from DJI for whoops or micros for at least, like, a couple years. Or anything even necessarily affordable in digital because of the damn chip shortage. The chip shortage is just decimating everything, and now it's not supposed to end until, like, 2022, at least. So basically, how long do you have after that before everything's going to be remote ID compliant? Oh, God, we're not even talking about the remote ID, Bill. Don't
you said 2 or 3 years. We can't.
Well, they're under 250 grams, so you don't have to worry about that with the micros, okay? You don't have to worry about that. But yeah, honestly, I just don't see us getting... Like, they can't even keep the nice cameras in stock for the DJI digital system, right? They can't even keep those in stock.
Wait a minute, did it say that under 250 won't have to have remote ID? I don't think that it says that anywhere. I do know that we don't have to register it, but I don't think that there's anywhere giving us a weight limit on what drones will and will not be needing remote ID. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. Ryan's in the house.
He's an analog only dude. And yes, I
Yeah.
know who Fred Astaire was. Jesus Christ.
Who asked you?
I'm a 90s kid. I grew up in the 90s, and we had Nick at Night, okay? We had Nick at Night.
We had Nick. I have to
They
admit,
played all those old shows, okay?
I did ask him if they had show and tell in school when he was in grade school.
Yeah, I know. Like, come on, Bill. I'm 32 years old. I grew up in the 90s. Show and tell wasn't gone then, for Christ's sake. Oh, man.
Anyway, we got to bust.
It's a tough crowd tonight.
We got to bust your balls. Well, see, the thing about it is Sean never shows up anymore, Geeks Fauna, because, he only shows up on channels that have 100,000 subscribers or more this time of night, apparently. So, yes, you feel free to let that get... Well, I mean, I've invited him on to come back on with us a million times, and he's like, oh, no, I'm trying to get my sleep straight. I'm trying to get my sleeping patterns going. And then I'll tune in on Thursday night, and he's on Ken Herron's show. And I'm like, oh, it's just Wednesdays you catch up on sleep, right? Okay. So
Spanky?
anyway.
Who was Spanky? You talking about the Little Rascals? We talking about the Little Rascals, Spanky?
Oh, wait. So, okay, yes, that's it. Trivial Pursuit. How old is John? So, first question, John, who was Spanky? He was a member of... You said what?
I just said the Little Rascals. Wasn't it from the
All right.
Spanky?
Next question down nostalgia lane for John Cuppi.
Go ahead.
Who's got another one? Let's go. It's like Trivial
Go ahead,
Pursuit.
throw them at me. I mean, I remember all this stuff from Nick at Night. I saw stuff like I Dream of Jeannie was on. There was oh god, I think it was the Dick Van Dyke Show. The guy who would fall over the ottoman. Wasn't that it? Something like that.
Who's famous? You're talking about the Dick Van Dyke Show. You didn't even know.
Yeah, he would fall over the ottoman. I did. I just said his name.
You said the guy that fell over the ottoman is not.
But I said the name before I said the ottoman thing. I think that was it.
The doctor says, "Well, Mr. and Mrs. What would you like to name your child?"
The Munsters? Do they even still play the Munsters on TV today?
What would you like to name your child? The man who fell over the ottoman, doctor. Is full what? Okay.
Abbott and Costello, Laurel and Hardy. Now those really weren't on Nick at Night. Those were not on Nick at Night.
Here's whose famous line was, "What you talking about, Willis?"
Oh, I know this, but I don't.
Mr. Drummond.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't. He got a hold of my mushrooms again.
The Three Stooges. I saw a lot of the Three Stooges too.
Oh, so now he's asking for different categories.
I'm throwing categories at you guys. Categories that I know.
All right, hey, here's one.
All right.
Boss, the plane, boss.
That's even newer too.
Oh,
man.
man.
And they brought it back. They brought that show back. Did you know that? They put it on Fox.
I heard.
I don't remember.
It's actually pretty good.
Fantasy Island.
Mr.
Hey,
Wolf.
Ron, what's going on, man? You just saved me. We're gonna segue out of this.
I don't want to chime in because I know all this old stuff, so it's too easy for me.
They're picking on me for being like
younger,
20 years younger right now.
Well, you can flip it around. All stuff that happened more recently, I wouldn't know, so it evens itself out.
Well,
in response to Nemo there, about the Fantasy Island reference. I actually like that little guy that was said to play the plane. I actually liked it better than the James Bond movie, Man with a Golden Gun, than I did.
Hervé Villachez.
Yeah,
Hervé Villachez. But anyway, it was just, I'm glad to have you in the house, Ron.
Sorry I'm late. I had a doctor's appointment way on the other side of the state in New Jersey, and traffic and the heat, and I had some other errands to run, and it was a long day, folks.
How'd that penis extension go?
Well, I can't comment at this moment or whatever.
He's under DNA.
We're under NDA on that right now, but I'll be able to say more in the future.
Ron, I apologize. Bill has not taken his meds or something tonight.
No, I did take my meds. I've only had one.
Yeah, I haven't picked my meds up yet, so I gotta.
They're still doing the old stuff in the chat. They're still talking about the old stuff.
Oh,
in the
what
chat.
did they ask you another? Hey, Bob. Okay. So as you can see here, see Bob. He's from the fastest growing, or excuse me, the hottest Facebook group on Facebook right now.
I thought you were gonna say the fastest growing beard or something like that.
No, the hottest Facebook group for drones on Facebook right now.
Fast, Bill. Which one?
Old farts with drones.
Cool.
Okay, and he's going to come on. I'm going to try to get him on with us next week to talk about that. He's got he's kind of put like a 55-year-old age limit, but the thing about it is that's like 95% of the drone community. So,
well, if he's at hot, Bill, can we afford to get him on the show?
Actually, yeah, he's pretty nice. Now, the only problem is he's under contract, and what would they say? He's got a residency in Vegas now, so he's performing there nightly. So if you need to go see him there, you can go see him every night, every week. Hey, look at we got all kinds of people we haven't seen in a while in the house. Ryan's in the house. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Glad to have you here. But like I said, we're going to get Bob on next week. So John, you're gonna feel super old. Watch John's going to be busy next week. I'll lay you 10-1 odds. Because it's going to be an old fart night. So
he's saying that the old fart age limit is 55 and older?
Yes. He
I'm not an old fart.
Will he make any special exceptions for celebrities like Gary?
Oh yeah, he most assuredly does. You have to, but all you got to do is just. I'm just saying. He's just saying that older guys tend to be the guys that fly drones and stuff. So he created the group Old Farts with Drones. That way. And it's really cool. It's really laid back. It's a neat group to go check out on Facebook. So he's going to be on with us next week. And if John shows up, we'll give him more nostalgia trivia. So we'll make sure that we do that also.
Please do more Fantasy Island trivia.
Yeah. Well, it was just kind of fun. Maybe you won't be able to be on next week, you don't think? Maybe. So we may have to reprogram. So John's like, shit, I wasn't going to be here next week. I was really hoping there was going to be at least 4 or 5 people. And that way I could be like, no, you got plenty of people to talk to this week. I'm going to take off. All right. See you, man. Later.
Don't worry, Bill. I think we can find another old fart if you can't make it. There's a lot of old farts out there. We can get on real quick.
I don't know.
That's true.
You mean old farts have been on the show before?
Well, I could line an old fart up real quick for you.
That really paints a pretty picture, does it?
Yeah,
wow. Oh
no, wait, Bob's good for next week. We really talking about some strange shit here on Drone Therapy.
He heard me.
This is getting weird now, guys. This is getting really freaking weird.
So he jumped right back on again.
Wait. Let's do this.
Yeah, this is getting weird. Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo.
That's an old movie too.
Yeah, but John called Finding Nemo an old movie.
No. Captain Nemo. The 1,000 Leagues Under the Sea is
20,000 Leagues Under
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Not 1,000.
That's quite an old movie.
Yeah. Not Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo's the new movie.
All right,
with the
so
clownfish.
Ron,
did they ever find Nemo, John?
I don't think so.
Okay, so Ron, now that you're here, you've made it in with us. Is there anything that you've gotten recently or something old that you've recovered recently that you brought out and started playing with again that you would like to show or tell us about?
Well, not anything interesting. I've been having a problem lately with my Apple EarPods Pro, and I say problem is I can't get them loud enough or whatever. So,
really?
I recently got my old Bose. I don't even know the model number, but these things are maybe like 10 years old. These Bose, headphones, and we've used the old adapter to get them working. And these things, even though they're they're maybe not 10 years old, but almost 10 years old, they still have a little bit better sound than the professional Apple EarPods Pro.
Oh wow!
I'll be coming out with a video on this soon.
And you don't
every
think
time I review old tech gear from 10 or 20 years ago, that video does better than if I review something that came out yesterday.
Oh, so we should pull out all our old toys and shit and review them again.
Well, I guess
that sounds like a cool idea.
It has to be something that people were interested in. But like I got these a couple of years ago. I pulled out these old Harman Kardon sci-fi looking speakers that came with the old see-through IMAX or whatever.
What the fuck?
I hooked them up
at
and
this.
it still worked. And people love that video. They still watch it.
You see this, John? You named the comedy team that did this particular skit.
My question: who's on first?
The answer to that is yes, but it's also Abbott and Costello where that's from. I mean, I think everyone knows that.
And you know what? It's funny you should bring up Abbott and Costello, John. On the way home tonight, I drove by a sign. And I swear the sign said it was like a club or a nightclub or whatever. It said like appearing tonight, Luke Costello, and that was actually Costello's first name, Luke Costello. So I'm going to stop. Could that be the chance that it's the old Luke Costello from the Abbott Costello team? But I looked it up. He died like in the 50s. So.
I was going to say, he was dead a long time ago.
Yeah, he died in the 1950s.
He said, okay, so Bob's saying he had to put better silicone tips on his to get a better.
I've read that as one of the solutions to solving the sound. And I think I'm caught like kind of in drones. I'm caught in the kind of update hell here. I think somehow an update came through, lowered the volume of the thing, and all I gotta do is wait around for another Apple update to get the volume fixed again. So it's kind of like maybe I'm in the verge of 1.48 for the Fly app.
I love
for
that
the iPhone
one.
headphones right now.
We need to put that on a T-shirt. You need to put Bob. You need to put that on a T-shirt.
Hey, Ron. Joan Hub's in the house. Oh, sorry, Nemo. Go ahead.
That's cool, but I mean, I love this. Old farts with disposable income and drones.
There you go.
I love that, man. That line's awesome. Hey, Roger, so everybody. Hey, what's up?
Hello, Roger.
Good to see you, sir.
Hey, Ron.
Johnny Carson.
I heard that if you to get the sound back on your AirPods, you got to clean them. It sounds cheesy, but I had the same thing with my regular Apple. The ones that had the Lightning, I guess the original, whatever they were.
Right.
And
that is one of the tips you read online. They tell you to take this thing off and clean it or replace it.
Yeah.
I've tried cleaning. It hasn't seemed to help, but I haven't tried replacing yet.
Yeah.
I get it. It kind of happened overnight. They were loud enough, and when I say loud enough, if I'm sitting in the house here at the office, they're playing loud. But if I'm out on a summer walk, like I'm walking, any place, in the park at the beach, and there's a lot of ambient noise around, then all of a sudden they're not loud enough.
That ain't been that long ago, though.
It's even worse. It's worse with noise. The worst thing you do is turn noise cancellation on. That really kills the volume.
Wait. Here you go. This isn't exactly a question, John. But this is definitely, we will know how nostalgia from your age, you far back it can go.
Okay,
you're saying you had an analog TV, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you know what rabbit ears are, right?
Right, yes.
Okay, but before rabbit ears, we had these weird wired antennas that you literally tack up to the wall. Did you ever experience having your family say, all right, hold the antenna over here this way. Wait,
no.
This way. Move your arm this way.
No.
This way.
No.
Okay. Oh, wait, right there's good. Okay. Oh, God, did you see that? He scored. He just scored. Don't move. What the hell you're moving?
No. No, okay. I was lucky enough to be able to skip.
John grew up in upstate New Jersey, right? So you probably had pretty good TV reception.
We did. We had really good TV reception by default, and also cable television became a thing very, very quickly. Like everybody had cable TV, pretty much. We did get some stuff over analog in the very beginning.
We had the two antenna set up, right? Remember, you had the antenna you could pick up NBC and CBS, and then you had the other weird, like the V-shaped antenna underneath that to pick up ABC. And my dad had one of those those rotator things on it that like you could had the box with the cable that's on top of the TV, and you could like fine tune it.
Oh my God! Look at Akira. Akira Show's asking, what about party lines on the phone? Oh man, what about those? You guys remember those 1-800 numbers to call long distance, the dime line, all that crazy crap? You guys remember that stuff too?
That's
man,
that's when you have the party lines.
Yes.
Oh, here's Nemo brought another thing up. Who can't fly because it's so hot? Chris, are you still flying?
Yeah, a little bit.
Even though it's hot.
Yeah, they're gonna get hot anyway, so might as well.
Yeah.
I fly through water though. Remember that?
Oh my God, Marcel. Don't. That's it. You know, I'm selling this guy zones. I'm going back to DJI. 100%. Getting rid of all the micros. I'm out of here. I mean, I can't support this analog stuff.
I had an old man that gave me a pipe wrench and set me outside and turned the TV antenna pole.
Oh wow! Yeah. I wonder what that stuff was worth. If it still worked now.
I still have old tube TV. It was my grandmother's, like a long, long time ago. It's heavy. It's like turns like this. It's not one of those big, like huge ones, but it's like a regular TV, and it's all some wood. It's pretty big. Huh?
The console style with the wood?
Well, no, it's just like an actual television set.
Wow.
You know, I had a record player too, because my dad had a record player as well. So I know how to use a record player. I saw that was a funny thing. It was a video. Does a millennial know how to use a record player? Let's see if they can figure it out. Well, I would be able to use a record player if I had to.
Yeah. Hey,
look at this. Look at this.
Just last week, a house down the street from me had an old tube TV set out in trash days, and somebody in my neighborhood still had an old one someplace.
Yeah, they're hard to.
Used to be people pick them up. Now nobody picks a tube TV up sitting out on trash day.
Yeah, you know, some people want those TVs. Some people really want those TVs to have that original viewing experience, especially with like old game consoles and stuff. Like, if you have a mint old style TV, some people will pay good money for it because they have, you know, home video games, home theaters. They want to watch it as it was intended back in the day.
Right.
How many of y'all remember your dad's first handheld remote? And it came with the TV that didn't have a handheld remote.
Okay, I'm too young for this one. All the TVs my parents ever had when I was alive had a remote.
Remember, it was like, hey, go change it to channel 7. Hey.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah.
Hey, channel 14.
As a kid, I always laid the floor in front of the TV because they always said, you know, sit back, you'll ruin your eyes and whatever, which it probably did. But at least I was close enough to easily switch the TV station, though.
Yeah, you know, that was actually smart, Ron. I was stupid. I always went back to the same chair.
Oh, we have controversial information in the chat.
What? It's time to leave John Cuppi alone. Can't help
There was never a moon landing. It was a sound stage. It was fate. It was fate.
Negative.
We have yet to land on the moon.
Hey, I got more big news. Bill Renee's got a 13-inch color in his garage if anybody wants it.
13-inch color TV. That was the first TV I had in my room. That was the first TV my parents got for me.
There's no remote for it though. You gotta get up and switch.
Oh my God! You had a TV in your room growing up.
I know, a 13-inch TV. That was a big deal. That was.
I actually had one. It was black and white, and you had to turn the channels like this.
Oh man, yeah. No, mine had buttons. Mine had buttons, and it was always tuned to channel 3. And anybody who knows what channel 3 was for knows what I'm talking about.
Channel 3.
Channel 3.
And if you look in the video, you will see Marcel. You will see Marcel. He has it. He has it in his cut clips.
What? Since no one got it, Channel 3 was the channel that you would access your Nintendo on.
Yeah.
You had to be on Channel 3 for PlayStation, anything. Channel 3 was the neutral channel.
I was all wrapped up in what Marcel was saying.
I
I
think
thought we were going so far back. I remember the days when there wasn't a video system. Pong didn't come out until about the mid '70s or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, exactly. There wasn't. All we had we had a rock. We were skipping across the pond.
does anyone know why you had to tune to Channel 3, by the way, to like play video games? Like, I never understood that. What was it?
Nothing
What was it
was
about
on it.
Channel 3?
Nothing.
Yeah,
was
I
on
guess that was it. Nothing was on it.
Actually, where we live in Philadelphia market, 3 is a popular
But-
station that kind of messed
wait,
us up.
wait.
But John, you remember a lot of these things you can switch it. You can make it either 3 or 4.
Exactly.
That's right, yeah,
How many
yeah.
of you flipped the switch and went to 4?
I never did. Why would you do that?
How many would flip
Well,
the switch
3
and
was
go
a
to
popular
4?
channel on your
Wait a minute.
station band.
You know why? Because Channel 4 was the second least most watched channel. I don't know. What St. John said. Why was it 3? Okay, why was it 3 and sometimes 4?
Well, it was
Because-
3 for everything. It was 3 for like not only video consoles, but VCRs, DVD players. Anything.
It was everything.
All 3.
And
Yeah.
like the early computers that you wanted to use your TV as a computer monitor basically had the same kind of setup too.
Yeah.
So
I
Speaking of
had a
computers,
Commodore.
go ahead.
I had a Commodore VIC 20.
I did too.
Got it?
I had a Commodore 64. I had an Atari 400.
You guys got me beat.
I had an 800. I had an Atari 800, Bill.
I wanted an 800, but my parents weren't wealthy enough.
I was just gonna say in New York City, yeah, 4 was NBC. That's right, NBC 4 is New York. Ron would know that.
Well, I knew the Philadelphia market more than New York.
Oh, okay, yeah. When I lived in Jersey, we had NBC 4. That was the that was the big
it's
channel
South
there.
Jersey.
We still had
don't get anything.
cable TV, but we still had commercials back in the day.
I thought that for a while there was no commercials on cable TV. Like that was just part of the thing, right? Or
Well,
no?
to
At the
begin
beginning.
with, cable TV was pretty much like HBO, Cinemax. They were just movie places. So, but you would still have the in between the movies, subscribe to HBO, and then they would beat you to death with those. What were they? Like the infomercial kind of thing.
Yeah.
HBO is free for this weekend only. Sign up now. Call centers are waiting.
Yeah, I say a movie that wasn't 2 hours. The movie may only be an hour and 45 minutes. They had 15 minutes.
They're calling you right now for HBO, Bill.
In there.
HBO Max, please.
You know what's crazy? Going back to the computers, you know how it is now 2021. People today who are 18, 20 years old probably have never heard a dial-up modem.
Thank you. He keeps coming up with cool T-shirts, but it's not the way I was thinking. Drone
Never heard a
therapy.
dial-up modem, probably.
John, 18-years don't know dial-up anything.
Yeah, I mean that would have. Well, I mean it's exactly, because they wouldn't have been online at all back then, right? Because my first computer was like 96, and we had AOL, and I mean,
Right.
by 10 or 11 years old, we were online, but nobody knows anything like that today.
They all got that, 1999, all you can use plan. That was like the greatest day in the world. You no longer had to count your minutes anymore.
Yeah, RD's reviews just brought up MTV. Imagine not knowing MTV as anything but crappy TV shows. Yeah, that's funny, right?
You saw what Akira's show said, right? Holy crap, we went squirrel this evening.
We did. We went down a rabbit hole.
So he helped me come up with a new T-shirt. We put like the drone therapy logo on the front and on the back, said where you never know, we might go squirrel.
Canadian Drone Host says he still feels like he has a dial-up modem.
Did you hear what I said? Or did the phone cut me off?
The phone cut you off.
Okay, I said like a drone therapy logo on the front.
There you go.
I played that on I played that on the PlayStation 1 arcade.
What was it? You would jump on the crocodile heads. Pac-Man. That's from like the older Atari system. 5200.
Breakout. Man, that's old school.
Breakout
Or
was
is that
actually
20? That's still 2800, but like an older cartridge, right?
1981.
Wow.
Asteroid.
Yes.
another classic.
Yes.
I love that.
Man, don't make me break out my complete NES with Rob the Robot included, okay? Don't make me bring that out.
Hey, Ryan,
you started it with
the Atari 2600.
The Super NES, remember?
Mm-hmm.
The little mini Super NES?
Mm-hmm.
Was a 2020.
And going back to analog, this old school thing with the snow.
Old school thing with the snow.
Yes, the snow.
The
You know how many kids don't know what the snow is? Either?
But what I said was we would have it, and on the back of it said, "You never know when we might go squirrel."
Oh.
I thought that would be cool because, like, it usually happens. I usually say the train's going off the rails, but the fact that saying we go squirrel is the same thing. I like squirrel better than the train going off the rails.
Old school cool. That's what this show should have been named. The old school cool night.
Well, I think the show and tell thing kind of brought back the nostalgia part of it.
Yeah, what was it? 8 or 4 KB? Ryan's asking. Those games were smaller file sizes and the size of a Word document. True.
Yeah, no, I don't recall. I mean, in those days, you didn't even look at stuff like that.
No, you didn't. You didn't care what the size of a cartridge was. You just plugged it in. Although, if you were lucky enough to have a computer, you did care because my first computer, a 486 processor with 8 megabytes of RAM. That couldn't run anything. It could almost run nothing.
Wow, that was screwed compared to starting out an old 286 or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
and I remember when we took it from 8 megabytes to 16 megabytes. That was a big deal.
We got to wake Gary up. He said he's falling asleep. Okay,
No, I'm falling asleep because
you need to go to sleep because you got to work tomorrow.
He's falling asleep because he's old.
Grandpa
needs to sleep.
Gary, was it hot today at work?
oh god, it was so hot.
How hot was it?
It was so hot
There we go. How
that
hot
I
was
could feel sweat dripping down my back.
Ah, wow, that's bad.
I mean, it was one of those days. It was hot at the beach today, so I can only imagine what it's like inland.
Yeah, man, it's gotta be awful.
Well, it's like you were talking about like I said, when I had the Atari 400, BASIC was on a cartridge, like it was like an Atari cartridge or something, and you plugged it in, and it had a tape drive.
The tape drive. Yeah.
It had a cassette tape drive that you could plug up to it, and the peripheral plug was like, God, it was huge. It was just so funny.
Remember the old SCSI? That was the SCSI connection.
Yeah.
It sounds like I'm saying a bad word, but that's what they actually called it. It's SCSI 1, it's SCSI 2 eventually before they went to something better than SCSI. But like SCSI things they were. I mean, it was the biggest connector you've ever seen.
Oh yeah, and parallel port connectors too. Those were interesting as well.
Yeah.
Well, it was like
they didn't mess around with anything small in those days, John.
No, they didn't.
I was making a joke about how long it had been since I'd worked internally on computers and stuff like that, and I was like, "Hell, John, last time I worked on one, they had a front side bus." And then he was like, "Oh dear God, you're that old?" And I was like, "So wow." So anyway, but yeah, because remember that used to be the bottleneck, and that used to be such a pain because we were all talking about.
Yeah, front side bus was a big bottleneck. That's right.
It was always a pain in the ass until they finally got rid of it. Anyway, so wait a minute, I got to fix this. I can see Bob hasn't got a.
Bob talking about SCSI termination. Yeah, you had the parallel those SCSI connections.
Man,
so here's another. So John might actually show up now that Bob's coming next week, and he can actually talk computer lingo. He's like, but I'm not an old fart, but we can let you in. I think he makes little special. You just got to be an old fart at heart. An old fart at heart.
33 megahertz front side bus. I remember looking with my dad at the circulars for Comp USA. Okay.
Oh, I love Comp USA, John.
Ron knows Comp USA because that was a Jersey.
All the time.
That was a Jersey thing. Yeah, we were looking at the circular, in the paper, okay, from the record newspaper. Yeah. The record newspaper.
The Sunday edition when you got all the good circulars.
The Sunday edition, right? We were looking. we were looking at what the front side bus was on all the computers for stuff because we were gonna buy a Pentium. We were gonna buy a Pentium processor. It was gonna be a big upgrade. Oh yeah, we were trying to get the one with the best front side bus. Oh man, how things have changed. Jeez.
Hey, Ryan's talking about have to move the jumper pin.
Oh yeah, yep. I remember that. I remember having to do that. And then you had, and of course the static free stuff. Remember the little weird little wristband that you would have?
Oh yeah.
Oh god,
that wristband you connected to the something metallic, whatever the ground through.
Yeah,
there are people that still recommend doing that. There are people that still recommend having an anti-static wristband and clamping it to something metal. But you know what,
John?
No, dude, I gotta tell you, with all the electronics work I've done over the years, I have never, ever killed anything with static, ever. I mean, I don't hear of anybody needing to use those things because they killed it with static.
Well,
I mean, I guess
before you had this wristband, you would just touch something metal and create the shock, and then you were good to go or whatever. And
yeah, but like, was it even a big problem back then though? Because I don't know. I've never shocked anything.
It didn't happen to me either, but a lot of people claim they killed hard drive, replacing hard drives by a shock, and
they still do that on aircraft parts. You have to wear you have to be on a mat and you have to wear the bracelet.
Well,
good to know.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Huh.
But I've never used them. I'm building a computer, working on the electronics, working on any. I mean, I've never. I don't know. I've never shocked anything. Ooh, RD's reviews there says his brother killed the Atari 2600 with static electricity. That's amazing. Maybe some of these devices now have
better grounding.
Yeah, or maybe capacitance that can absorb a static shock. Maybe that's it.
Or maybe we're just not as staticky in these generation. A lot of people have ripped out their plush carpets and whatever, and it goes back to our floors, and that's what created in the wintertime. This carpeting and the heating. Like you get this real dry house from overheating it, and then you had all this shag carpeting. It created a lot of static electricity, but now things have kind of changed over the years.
Yep. And one example of static versus non, I mean, I fly DJI digital more, less analog, definitely less staticky, that's for sure.
Right. All right, Bill.
That one fell flat.
When Bot was saying, though, that, or somebody would say they would take the static from analog over the delay of digital.
Gary wants to go to bed, guys.
You guys Gary, you take care. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, Gary, you be cool out there tomorrow.
Hey,
yes.
And you can come back next week and pretend old fart if you want to.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
You only got 6 more months, right? And you're official old fart. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No. I got a few years.
You ain't that far off. You trying to tell me you're not at least 50?
Oh yeah, I'm almost 53.
So that's what I said. So he's got
like
1.5 years. So
yeah, close enough.
When in August, Gary?
October. I'm sorry.
October.
Oh, I'm an October birthday too, but I won't be 53.
So what day is yours on?
Very early in October, October 2nd.
I'm on the 4th.
We're close.
Yeah.
Oh, wait! Holy shit, we can't go anywhere.
We gotta sing.
We gotta do this. First thing I want to do. I wanted to say a belated happy birthday to Steve Coots, who was a wonderful guest when I got smashed on my birthday a couple of weeks ago, and I forgot to do that. But tonight, since it's a little bit early and tomorrow is his birthday, we all wanted to sing Chris Hope happy birthday tonight here on Drone Therapy. So I will start us off. Everybody ready? 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Come on, sing, people.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Chris. Happy birthday to you.
And anymore.
I sure hope so, Gary.
The happy birthday song is copyright to Disney. All rights reserved.
We have to pay royalties right now, John?
Well, it was fantastic that we weren't in sync whatsoever.
Many thanks, guys. Many
There
thanks.
goes the monetization again.
The monetization was gone long ago on this one, Ron.
I don't think that really and truthfully, if you listen to it back, that you could even tell we sang "Happy Birthday" because we weren't matched at all. It was
That's
just,
what I'm gonna say to the board.
I mean, the melody might be there, but I don't know.
That's what I'm telling the lawyers.
Well, that's
wow.
okay. If Disney wants to put this in one of their movies and play it to death because we sang "Happy Birthday," so be it.
Have at it, huh?
Yep, so be it. So, and I think that we're at a good point since we gave a happy birthday to Chris. Everything that's a good point to wind it up for everybody.
Hey, Bill, before we get out of here?
Oh, yeah,
I
for sure.
I know I missed a whole lot, but speaking of birthdays, I want to ask Chris Hope, how did Ken Herron's birthday go on Saturday?
It was a good day. Ken flew great. He got to fly a big Matrice 610, I believe.
You flew the big trees.
Oh yeah, huge
How did that
aircraft.
thing handle?
Like a Phantom. And it's crazy. I think it had 6 or 8 batteries that it had to fly with.
Holy cow!
It was neat, man. But yeah, it was a good time. A bunch of guys flew FPV. A bunch of GPS guys flew. It was pretty sweet.
You did. I know you did a sunrise. I mean, kind of a sunrise morning play, but you also did a sunset one too, right?
I did a live morning and evening. It was a long day.
How was the weather?
It rained and then it got hot.
Texas hot?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So, something else I wanted to ask Ron. Have you gotten this since we're here? Have you gotten an update from Hubson?
Oh, real quick, I don't have any tracking number on my drone, and Bill, I have to even admit, from Marcus has been telling me, I'm even thinking about putting the cancellation on the order.
Because he's saying
some not good news.
So so Marcus is saying that the drone's a POS.
Well, you know, he I don't think he's saying that. He just saying it's not worth the asking price.
Oh well, we all
you're not getting your value.
Yeah, well, we kind of figured that. I thought because when they started jacking that price up, that's when I was just like, nope.
Well, I'm even talking about the original $459 price. It may not be worth that.
Yeah. Well, so they're saying that he's saying that they put the Xeno camera on it. Really, they didn't really upgrade the camera any.
Yeah, I mean, he's not happy. Again, he expected a much higher quality camera for this drone, but the specs and the pricing, and he doesn't really see a huge camera upgrade from the previous Xenos.
And also, it's not polished.
It doesn't have the lens flare issue, so that's good. But this problem is, a really high definition picture, and we really haven't seen that yet. So the verdict's still out.
Here's what I'm going to say. I've looked at some of the video and stuff that's out. I think that people it's not worth what they're asking for right now. The initial price, was a good price. But the thing that this is something that Hubson's notorious with, and I'm beginning to think they do it on purpose now, is that soft focus issue with every single lens that they come out with. And within 3 to 4 firmware updates, they have it dialed in. And, and I heard I think you were talking on Bill's drone reviewer show last night maybe about it, how, some people were saying, could it be rolled back in with firmware? Is it possible? This is the exact same conversation we had about the original Xeno. We said, and I'll admit, I don't think it could be fixed with firmware. And be damned if they didn't get it fixed with firmware. But I'm beginning to think now that they're doing it's almost like they're not letting enough out because they want to see what DJI is going to throw out in the next 3 months. We've already heard that DJI is not going to throw out the Mavic 3 and probably until February, maybe March next year before we can get our hands on. Okay, so what are they going to come out with? Okay, the only thing that leaves, I've heard rumors of a handheld Osmo Mobile 4, but like an SE model to where it's only going to be like $89, $99. It's going to have the magnetic setup and everything. It's not going to have quite the features. So it's going to be like, OM4 SE kind of deal, but not necessarily an OM5. and then the only thing left is a mini. So if Xeno, they've already got all these people waiting, and of course you're hearing people canceling in droves. They can't afford. They're going to end up dropping the price in order to save face, and we'll pick it up for $200, or they're holding back because it just seems weird to me that this is the exact same argument we had, the exact same bitch session we had was about, oh, it can't be fixed with firmware. And I'm still seeing that same original soft focus issue, which is going to throw everything off, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I watched our friend Greg Pittman. He got the drone the same day Marcus did in the U.S. And his latest video I watched this morning, he yawed a completely 360 around. He was flying in the middle of the day. And when the camera's back was to the sun, it looked really good. Color looked good. Picture looked sharp or whatever. Then he wheeled it around to where it was facing the sun, and it had a little bit of lens flare. But any cameras have a lens flare if you face it right to sun. But I did notice it again, like the Xeno 2, it had trouble handling bright exposure. I mean, every camera will if you face it towards a light source, but this had more than say you used to with the Mini 2 or even the Air 2. It did not handle the bright exposure.
You guys in the house.
You guys are all on about the camera, but like all the other issues right now are even overshadowing that. I mean,
well,
the thing was
Marcus' overheating issue.
Marcus's is overheating. Like,
yeah, but I don't think Greg Pittman reported overheating, and of course the guys out of China haven't reported overheating. But I take their videos with a grain of salt, though. But maybe Marcus's unit, he got one that especially overheats. That's the whole problem with these series of drones is nobody gets the same drone. Like at least when you have a Mini 2. My Mini 2 is going to be almost the same as Bill's Mini 2. Or John's
we went to the same
Mini 2,
thing with the Femi Mini,
Gary, I totally understand.
Like this, whatever. My drone could be completely different from the one.
Gary's just going to go to sleep. Gary's just going to go to sleep. He's just going to be
I'll see y'all.
Good night, sir. I was waiting for him to sign off. I didn't know.
Yeah, we were just.
I'll see y'all later.
All right, come back next week.
You take care, bud.
Gary thought we were going to end the show, but I made it go on by asking Chris
well,
about
no, it's
birthday, and then so it's my fault.
No, it's fine. No, he was
overtime.
He was going to no
an extended period here.
He was going to go. He was going to go anyway because he's got to get up and go to work early. And we always sometimes you drop out early, Ron. You know that happens. And like John was saying,
I know that heat. When you're over 50,
it's been so long since Gary's been on. He just didn't realize. Yeah, I can say goodnight and drop off.
Right.
So and it was good to have Gary on. It was. I like.
Oh yeah.
It took us a little second to get rolling, but once the chemistry fell back into place, we got going good. But yeah, it's been a fun night, and I love all the nostalgia talk and everything. It was really entertaining and fun because I guarantee you, there's not another drone show on here that you will cover not only drones, but so many other things that will just blow your mind away. Ken, what's up, Ken?
Right, hello, Ken from Place It Here.
Hey, Ken, how you doing, buddy?
And everybody, and it was howdy. Okay.
I got to admit, Bill, no the show but us covers front side bus. And
that's right. We covered a lot tonight.
And we were, Fantasy Island and what was the, they were really giving him hell. And they were, how was it? Dre put it so eloquently. The Fred Astaire line, that was it.
That's right. That's what started it all.
Yeah, it was the Fred Astaire line.
That's what started it all.
That was so cool, but because it was the polite roast. That's what did it. It was the polite roast that started the fire.
The polite roast.
We came up with and we went squirrel after that. But like I said, it was kind of the whole show and tell was the nostalgia kind of thing, which I thought was cool. And like that was something else. Let me find it. Hang on, I got to share this before we take off. I want to see how many of you this was my first kind of drone. And this will blow your mind. I got to find it. And I don't care if I get a strike.
Strike again?
Ooh.
Wait a minute. No, let me get back.
Since we were not getting paid for this show anyways, go ahead, Bill.
Yeah.
We lost our...
See if anybody remembers this. This is just a year ago. I don't want that one. Oh, that's 7 years
People don't
ago.
realize how much we make coming on this show, right, John?
Yeah,
That's right.
for sure. All right, here we go. Get ready, folks. I got to share this. I'm going to go full screen. No, I can't go full screen yet.
Go full
So
screen.
can I go back over here?
I remember Secret Squirrel. We had Cartoon Network used to play. I actually watched most of the same cartoons that my parents and you guys did. We had all that stuff. Now that all that stuff is completely gone, but I mean, we had the Flintstones, the Jetsons.
Prepare yourselves.
Quick Draw McGraw.
The
all that
classics,
stuff.
John.
Rocky and Bullwinkle. We had that show too.
Oh, no,
I mean,
no,
we
I
had
messed
all that,
up. I messed
all
up.
that
I
stuff.
gotta pull it back out. Okay, I gotta close it. I gotta remove it completely, and I gotta bring it back in. Stop screen.
Well, are those guys? Are those old comics on like the Cartoon Networks or anything like that? Or
You know, I don't know, Ron, because I don't have cable TV and haven't had it for a very long time. But you know, when Ted Turner started Cartoon Network, I guess
all right, we're ready.
they didn't have any content except for stuff from Hanna Barbera.
How many of you had this? How many of you had this?
Announcing Verdi Bird, the new electric-powered copter with rotor blades that actually lift it into flight and precision controls that make you the Verdi Bird's pilot. Use your piloting skills to perform even difficult rescues. Upper into position. Got him! The Verdi Bird, the copter it takes you to fly. The Verdi Bird electric copter comes with space capsule, landing pad, life craft, and astronaut from Mattel.
Woo! Yeah.
Wow.
No, did anybody have that? Did anybody have that?
I did not have that.
I did, boy. And thing about it was there was an air. You can still get them, but good God, they're like $500 and $600 a piece.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing how far we've come?
Did you see those levers on that controller, John?
Yeah, and it was tethered.
Well, it actually had like a wire that went all the way out there. So I mean, it kind of flew, but not really, you know. But it gave you the illusion of actually, it was really cool because I had one. Now I want to see. Okay, here since we're
That's
going
cool.
down, I want to see if I can find this one. Did anybody have? They were little robots, and they were called the Dingalings.
I didn't have the Dingaling.
No,
I dated the Dingaling, but I didn't have the toys.
Oh, hold on, robot toys. But I had one called the King Ding, and he was huge too. Had a little robot that went up in him called the Brain. So I'll just share this screen.
I missed this stuff.
See if anybody. Let's see. Share the screen.
my first robot was a robot called My Pal, and he was horrible. The commercial, the 90s kids commercials, they made it seem like that stuff could do anything. I got it, and I was so disappointed.
Look at this. 14. I had him. I had the Claw. I had that one. Oh, you can't see him. So I had this one, the Claw. There was another one. He had rockets. I had the Fireman here. He had like Rocky the Robot. Oh, there's King Ding right there. See him right there?
Let's see the King.
Let me see if I can. I don't know if it will switch over here. Yeah, see him?
Oh, wow.
And he had a thing in it called the Brain. He had a little elevator that he would ride up and down.
He's pretty boxy.
I wonder how much it's worth now. But yeah, it's kind of funny when you go back and look at these. And anybody ever have the Evel Knievel, crank up motorcycle that you could jump and stuff with?
I've heard of that. The evil, yeah.
Well, they started making them again, and I actually got one for myself like last Christmas. And one of my friends that kind of grew up in the same era that I did, I got him one also. I've never played with it or anything. I just want to set it up on the shelf to have. But yeah, my biggest problem was that you would burn out the crank and it wouldn't work anymore. Oh God! So we really went squirrel there, and we've been on for almost an hour. And a half.
The grumpy vlogger said he's telling you, Bill, that his son had the wing ding robot.
The Dingalings.
The Dingaling.
And they had it. Oh, there was another one that was a sky trap.
Lloyd said they still have it in the attic.
Oh wow, dude! I would, like I said, I would hate to think how much they're worth now. Like a King Ding now is worth like $150, and that's if you got the box in good shape and he doesn't work anymore. But if he works, it's like anywhere from $350 to $500.
Wow.
And there was another thing I just remembered. It was the Ding-a-Ling Skyway, and they had like this motorized pack you could plug into them, and then they would ride the sky track, kind of like a little roller coaster.
Lawn darts. He's bringing up lawn darts.
Yeah,
Look at the
yeah.
chat. My dad always brought up lawn darts. Those got banned because people actually died.
Were they safer than the actual horseshoes?
Oh, so people were playing lawn neighbors and not lawn darts.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What they built these old things with these king dings? What are these cool names? Why do we have cool names like that? Why is there like a king ding drone or something like that? I like the naming.
Yeah, or the Ding-a-Ling drones.
Yeah, the Ding-a-Ling drone or whatever.
The Ding-a-Ling drones.
Like something like the Phoebe. You can rename it the Ding-a-Ling drone, or the crash ding drone or something.
Oh Lord, have Ron, have you taken the Femi out at all recently, or nah?
I can't even I couldn't get the memory card out of it, but yet it says there's something wrong with the memory card, but it's stuck in there. So I haven't done any updates lately. Well, that's when I attempt to do that, Chris, then the plastic starts breaking. So I didn't know whether I should break the plastic to get it out, or again. I don't really care that much because it doesn't.
The SD card's worth more than the bird. You better get it out.
There it is.
Yeah.
The Ding-a-Ling. See, you thought I was kidding. Look at that Ding-a-Ling. They're called Ding-a-Lings.
Will the Ding-a-Ling work on that? Does it work in that video?
And then there's the Skyway. See the space Skyway there. And I hate to think those. I mean, it's hard to believe what old toys are worth now.
Hey, Lloyd, say no. Not the Ding-a-Ling. That his son had the copter you showed.
Okay.
What was that copter called?
If the Verdi Bird.
The birdie bird?
The Verdi,
the Verdi bird.
The Verdi bird.
I said, why don't drones have cool names like this? Why can't this be the Verdi bird or whatever? Why don't we get any cool names? Why don't we just get names like the X something or whatever? We don't get the Verdi bird.
whatever test pattern we're in today.
I tell you what, just thinking about, seeing what you guys had for, old toys, old flying toys like that. Geez, just 30 years ago, what I had as a kid for what we have now is absolutely amazing. It's amazing, literally.
We kind of grew up with Estes model rockets and remember the tethered planes that you could do on a string?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And they still do those. They do those professionally.
I remember model rockets as well.
Hey, Bill, can you imagine about 30 years that John still be around? He'll be telling people, back in my day, man, I had to fly. We only had 1080p or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you would say, well, we moved to 4K. People, how could you even fly with only 4K?
Or here's this. Or how could you fly a drone so big?
Yeah.
Or how could you fly drones and not have to phone the mothership for approval? How could you just fly the drone wherever the hell you want?
I thought we weren't going down that road.
Hey, we used to fly these drones back in my day. You know what? They were actually legal then. You could actually do it without getting arrested on the spot.
I know.
There you go.
Amazing.
Oh yes, a Saturn V. I remember that. It's still in the box. Wow.
Bill, it wouldn't be drone therapy if we didn't bring up the demise of the hobby every show. We have to bring it up.
Well, and here's an even bigger one, and this is one I've been talking about in our little private chat. What if they never come up with approval for the remote ID module? If they don't have it ready at that particular date when we're supposed to have them in our drones, we don't get to fly. And they could indefinitely stall the module and keep us out of the skies forever and give special clearance to businesses to fly in the sky. Am I wrong?
You mean the delivery drones, Bill?
I'm talking about for us to have remote ID, period.
I know. I'm just. You said especially for business.
Oh yeah.
All
Like
those
Amazon,
that are coming?
like Amazon and those others that are doing,
Yeah,
exactly.
Wonderful delivery drones.
But I'm telling, because John and I were talking the other day, they still haven't, approved a design for the module. And we're, what, a year away? A year and a half away?
A year, yeah, it's September, September of 2022 that manufacturers are going to have to, quote-unquote, have a remote ID on there. Personally, I think they're going to extend it. I think they're going to have to extend it.
Okay, so anyway, I think a lot of people still do the trains. I miss doing trains. I used to have host scale trains. You know, the little one, they're like this big, and you could build the little miniature villages and stuff.
Yep.
You know, that was really cool. And yes, I think. Hang on, I'll go look. Y'all talk about nostalgia for a second. I'll be right back, and then we'll wind things up.
Well, I go way back further than any of you, but on the nostalgia stuff, Bill talked about these robots, the Dingling or whatever. The only robot I had as a kid was the Rock'em Sock'em robots. You had this little ring or whatever, and one robot was blue and the other one was red, and you hit until one of the heads popped off of the spring.
That's right.
And eventually, if you played with it too much, they would get stuck. Like, you
break,
know what I mean?
break,
Like, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, John ordered pizza. John had it. Was that delivered by drone, John? John, you're muted. You're muted.
No, this pizza's already an hour old, Ron.
The Domino's drone brought that. Hey, Bill.
Go pizza.
Hey, Bill, can you hear us? John got pizza delivered by drone while you were gone.
Bill, I had the pizza at the beginning of the show. That was my show and tell.
No, John. Bill, it was delivered by Domino's delivery drone. It's still hot.
Are you trying to give Bill a heart attack? He's old.
What?
Bill's not
Are you trying to give Bill a heart attack? I said he's old.
I'm not that old.
That's cool.
He's got a lightsaber.
It's one of them like Walmart deals that you can get for like $4. But people were talking about it, and I finally went and grabbed it. They make these again.
Yes.
Oh wow!
Brand new. You can order them. Just go online, Google Evel Knievel Stunt Cycle, and you can get one brand new.
Wow!
I got this last Christmas. I think it was like $50. But yeah, it's pristine, and you know, like I said,
don't take it out of the box then.
Yeah, keep it wrapped.
Ultimate friction power. Complete with Energizer launcher that will break after 14 tries.
That's right. Oh, man. All right.
Okay, so we will probably do more of this next week since there will be an old fart on the show.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes, please be sure to join us next week when Bob is on with us. And I think because it was Mike Wright that hooked me up with this group. So we may have to get Mike in here, too, so that we can have a bunch of old farts in here.
Another minefield veteran, Chris.
Yeah, there you go. Another minefield
story.
You
had lunch with Mike Wright at minefield?
Had lunch. We ate dinner together that same night. Went to Red Lobster and eat.
Right, you went to Red Lobster. Man, I should have came along. Did Mike pick up the tab?
No. We went Dutch.
Did you see this?
Yeah,
ultimate friction
like
power is what they used to call my blow up dog. All right, so I'm going to throw it around the room and let everybody say the good evenings. I'm glad everyone has stuck with us. The 19 people who are here, the people who haven't been in a while, we're glad to see you. Yes, we're still here each and every week. And don't forget, next week we're going to have even more old farts on the show to give John Cuppi hell. And John probably won't be here next week because his
I'm gonna see if I got something going on. I don't have a watch on.
Apple ear.
It's the Apple Invisible, and it's so amazing you can't even see it.
And Bob's looking forward to it, so that's good. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to throw it around the room and let everybody say their good evenings. And first off, I will begin with Mr. John Cuppi.
Good evening, guys. It was a fun chat. Great info, great fun. Always good to see you guys. I'm going to go ahead and throw it to Ron so we can get this show on the road.
So they can eat more pizza.
Thank you, John. Sorry, folks,
I'm
I was
hungry.
late tonight, but I still got here at least to see the King Dings and Winga Dings and whatever. So it was a successful evening. I want to thank everybody who joined us in chat and who's still here with us at this point, way into the show. So everybody have a great evening. Get out there and fly safe. And I'm going to throw it over to the birthday boy, Chris Hope.
Well, I'll never forget that rendition of "Happy Birthday" as long as I live. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much, guys. And tomorrow I will turn double nickel. So I appreciate every one of y'all.
Well, see, that's something that's something I don't think anybody else has done that rendition for your birthday before.
No, that's number one.
I hope somebody didn't record that.
I have a feeling it's going to be on YouTube tomorrow. Maybe me, but I got a feeling it's going to be on YouTube tomorrow. Well, yeah, depending upon how long it takes to compress and get uploaded and everything. But with that being said, I wanted to say to each and every one of you, I'm very grateful for having you here each and every week. And please come back and join us next week because it's going to be a lot more fun. With that being said, live long and prosper.